obviously be first cousins. I think I saw somewhere that siblings would be like ground zero cousins. Your second cousin just means that you both share the same grandparents. So if you have the same parents, you're zero cousins. The same grandparent is one cousins, and so on. If it turned out that you and I shared the same great-great-great-great-grandparent, we'd be fourth cousins. Just to put that out there with the cousins thing. Your cousin's kid would be your cousin once removed. Yeah, I guess that's true if you take being a cousin as a unit of account and then just take that same interval and apply it going outwards and back. But people don't usually call their brother or sister cousin zeroth cousin instead of first cousin, second cousin. Corey Tay says, not me, but my close family. My grandmother had 3 husbands, 4 children with all different dads. My mother's dad did them harm when it comes to doing the deed and had been sleeping with my aunt, who is my mom's older sister, and they continued that relationship for years. My grandma divorced him and he married my aunt. So my aunt was also my step-grandma, and my brother's dad was also my uncle. When he finally died, I remember my mother saying, I don't want to go to his funeral, but I really think I should be there to support my stepmom. That woman has always had a warped sense of humor. I love it. Okay, so this one I don't think I'm following completely, but draw a chart down for me to make sense of this in the comments. This one looks a little more simple from Gigabyte Me. My dad dated a woman. He dated a lot of women, so it became normal. She had a daughter. We got sloshed at a party and hooked up. Real Boy Meets World type of stuff. And then they got married, and that's when we cut it out. And then they got divorced, and I'm still not doing the deed with her anymore. Wait, so the woman that was born from his dad dating this other woman, which I guess would make the OP's half-sister, he ended up hooking up with at a party until they got married, then they stopped.
Nobody goes on vacation for the moments that are just okay. That's why Sunwing vacationers go all in like it's a buffet of fun.
What? Then Yasio says, this happened to me with my dad, but he kept on going and it drove me nuts. Many years ago when I was 23, I married a widow who was as pretty as can be. This widow had a grown-up daughter who had hair of red, and my father fell in love with her, and soon they two were wed. This made my dad my son-in-law, and really changed my life. For now, my daughter was my mother because she was my father's wife. To complicate the matter, even though it brought me joy, I soon became the father of a bouncing baby boy. My little baby then became my brother-in-law to dad, and so he became my uncle, though it made me sad. For if he were my uncle, that would also make him brother of the widow's grown-up daughter, who was of course my stepmother. My father's wife then had a son who kept them on the run, and he became my grandchild, for he was my daughter's son. My wife is now my mother's mother, and it makes me blue because although she is my wife, she's my grandmother too. Now if my wife is my grandmother, then I'm her grandchild, and every time I think of that, it nearly drives me wild, because now I have become the strangest case you ever saw. As a husband of my grandmother, I am my own grandpa. I was just about to break out all the lines like Charlie from Sunny in Philadelphia until I realized that this is a Willie Nelson song. Some of the best comments in response to this is someone saying, I had a stroke reading this comment, and somebody else who said, your new family tree is in the shape of a tumbleweed. Here's one that's more normal, if you can call any of these normal. My mom dated a guy. The guy had a son the same age as me. We hated our parents and slept together. We had a fun time, broke up due to him using substances and me not being able to deal with it. Both are married to other people and happy. We don't talk even though we see each other at family gatherings after our parents got married. And for more information that was added on later, the OP says he was on substances for years, lied to me over and over again that he was clean and he wasn't, and I was trying to support him, but he just didn't want to clean up yet. He did clean up for his wife though. I can't believe how many stories are shared in this between step siblings that had what sound like really serious relationships. I mean, she was getting to the point where she's trying to help him out in his life, and maybe it would have been serious if it didn't work out this way. Corbender said, I slept with my former sister-in-law. Is that close enough to count? How did it happen? Well, she hated my ex-wife her sister. My ex-wife cheated on me. We were drinking together about 6 months after it ended, and she said, "You should do the deed with me to get even." Our relationship didn't change at all. We just know each other a little better than we used to. We're both dating others now, and it's like it never happened. People that are asking if the ex knew, he responded and said, "No, the ex doesn't know. She'd kill both of us. I'm not even joking if she knew." Somehow this seems like the worst one, because this one is actually pretty spiteful and could probably really hurt the ex. Even if he doesn't care about her, that still would do a lot of irreparable damage regardless. So